One of the things that I'm going to do in this episode is show you how I'm going to hit my sales quota for this month. Today is actually a big deal because my son Donnie is getting tip tested in martial art. The first thing that you're probably doing is not focusing on your ideal client profile. This is the number one problem that salespeople have. They're not talking to the right people. Where are the people living that are actually paying you for your products or services? What is the company size, the number of employees, the amount of revenue? Or if you're selling to individuals, what is their net worth? These types of figures will make sure that you're talking to people that are qualified, that have the right budget to be able to afford your services. To show you how I'm going to hit my sales quota for this month. I'm going to send a personalized video message to 5 of our warmest prospects right now to see if I can book a meeting and hopefully close a deal. I'm going to send my first nurturing message right now. Let's see how this goes. Hey Travis, this is Ruben from Dub. I wanted to see if you needed any support. I got my first message done. Let's see how it goes. Rewards are such a big part of hitting our goals. So why don't you tell me what you want if you pass your test today?
Legoland.
You want to go to Legoland?
Yeah.
I will take you to Legoland if you pass your test today.
Today?
All right, let's get those goals. Now let's talk about pain points. Are you actually listening to the struggles that they're going through? Are you addressing them? Are you figuring out viable solutions that can help them solve their pain points? Goals. Do you understand their goals? Where do they want to be in 6 months, 18 months, 5 years? If you understand what their goals, you can set them up for a plan for success. Cut, and by the way, if you're enjoying this content, please consider putting your favorite emoji or the word yes in the comments below so that we can tell the YouTube algorithm that you're enjoying this content. This is a checklist for your ideal client profile. Number 1 is, do they actually have a problem that you can solve? The second is timing right. Are they ready to make a purchase, or are they doing preliminary research that they want to buy for something in the future? Are they set up for success? Do they have a team in place, someone that can actually use the product service that you're going to sell them? Do they have the budget? Have they allocated the amount of funds that's required to make the purchase? Is it approved by the CEO or the CFO? And lastly, will everyone win? The decision makers, the end users, anyone that's involved in this mix, are they all set up for success? If only one side of the seesaw is set up for success, you're probably not going to make that sale because there will be an internal conflict. One of the most obvious things in sales is being a good listener. If you're not listening when you're in sales, you're missing out on the biggest opportunity to learn about your clients, to understand what their struggles are, so that you can figure out solutions. I once met a sales leader who told me that his philosophy is to shut up and get rich. His whole thing was to write copious amounts of notes in his calls, and when he was done with the call, to always send the contact all the notes that he took. And what's interesting about this is that it proves that he was listening. It reiterates the struggles that they're going through, and it builds trust, and chances are no one else was doing that. So it allows him to stand out from the crowd. So don't forget, shut up and get rich, but do not forget to take notes. One of the reasons why I love martial arts is because there's always progressive rewards. It's about discipline, it's about hard work, but it's also about progressing and getting to next level. And what's most important about it is the support from the community, like-minded people that are helping one another to boost them up. At the end of the day, students become the teachers and they lift others up, and that's what shows true progress and leadership. Now this one is my absolute favorite. It's automation. Are you automating your sales process? Chances are you're not automating it to the extent that you can. The fact of the matter is that the entire top of your funnel can be automated through advertising, email campaigns, onboarding sequences, ways that allow your customers to become aware of what you're doing and go through the consideration process to determine if your solution is the right one for them. Now, depending on the deal size, that determines when and how much actual human touch points should exist in the process. Should they be able to book a time in your calendar, and how many meetings should you have with them? By having a healthy mix of automation and human contact, you can nurture, educate, and delight the people that are in your mix so that when they're ultimately at the stage of buying, they are ready to go. Here's a wake-up moment, people. Do you have a process for your entire sales system? If the answer is no, look at this graphic and ask yourself, how can I improve in any of these areas? What are the videos that I need to watch? What is the training that I need to get? Who is the coach that I need to hire? Because if you're not rock solid on your sales process, you're probably leaving money on the table. So when you look at a funnel here, all of these top stages can actually be automated. And the reason why that's essential is because your team probably cannot accommodate the amount of people that are at the top of the funnel. This is exactly why a funnel is wide at the top, because there's more people at the top. As the funnel moves down, there's fewer and fewer people. So the only way to manage this large audience at the different stages is through automation. All right, huge news right now. We got a response from the Senior Vice President of Business Development at a very large company, and they're ready to talk. I'm really psyched. I sent a personalized video message and they responded. In fact, he loved it. Pretty cool. Okay, so here's the video message that I sent. It was a screen video using the Dove Chrome extension. And then here was his response. Absolutely perfect. So psyched! When you think about the top of the funnel, there's a lot of ways to automate that. In advertising, if you have a simple form, you can connect that to an automated workflow. In fact, people love it when they fill out a form and they automatically get an email or an SMS with a video. That's so valuable because a human connection gets created. They get to watch a video from someone at your company and get to know you guys. And that kicks off the process on a very personal level. Once you get past the top of the funnel, you move from the awareness to the consideration stage. What's amazing about the middle part of the funnel, it's perfect for automated nurturing. Automated nurturing means we can continue to give high value content. These are email drip sequences, SMS drip sequences, retargeting ads, and human touch points, asking if they want a demo, if they want to meet with the team, if they'd like to join a webinar, if they'd like to watch support videos or read articles. This entire section can be filled with automated high-value touch points. And chances are you will see your highest conversion rates if you're communicating in a good way, because people have already expressed interest in your product or service. Here at the bottom of the funnel, depending on the deal size, you're probably going to have more human touch points, more meetings, teleconferences, webinars, in-person, virtual. That doesn't mean that you still cannot automate. In fact, there are ways you can still automate when you're actively trying to close a deal. Maybe the automation comes from the company or an account manager or someone in a different department so that people can make the separation between you and the automation. So results are in. Fortunately, he didn't make it. That's life, and sometimes we don't hit our goals. I'm gonna take him through the process. We're gonna get a smoothie right now. I'm gonna show him how to improve his skills. First thing I wanna tell you about accomplishing your goals is to actually not think always about the goal. Instead of thinking about the goal, think about the process. I want you to think about getting to the first spot, which is at the top of that little mound, and then the second spot, and then the third spot. And in fact, I want you to think about every single step when you run it. Are you in? All right, cool. If you enjoyed this video, consider subscribing to my channel to get more. Thanks so much for watching.